we get to deal with suicide, we then need to deal with very many things. We need to deal with business. So there are times when we have opportunity, we will meet people in business and we'll be teaching them business skills and we'll be teaching them handling loans and stuff like that, you know. Suicide comes also from workplace, and you will find the workplace stress and people are committing suicide. And suicide will be found because there are issues in the family. And so we'll need sometimes to seek people together and speak to the ladies and speak to the men, how you handle your wife, how you handle your husband. Suicide also has been found to arise from mishandled teenage, between parents and the children. The relationship is not working, and we have had. I am saying this to say suicide is everything. And but then what I want to do now is to discuss awareness, is to get us aware. I appreciate the team that got this together. The chairman, and the team kusimama hii wanaitwa medical students association of Maseno. Hebu nione hao watu wakubwa, mtu tuone kimani, it's good to recognize hebu simama ni nani? Simama ni nani? I appreciate who are there and Michelle. What are Michelle amekaa nje anaregister watu? Michelle. Sasa wamekuja kuja to recognize the team. Just come inside. Come inside. Hao wengine hawajakuja, tutakuwa tukawaregistia inside. And so Michelle and Michelle is a member of this team, and the other lady, it's a lady or gentleman, yeah. And Michelle, Simama, keep standing. We are recognizing people with the leadership of Metsam. Huyu mwingine ni gani? Hii ni Metsam Kenya ya Metsam. And we are recognizing kuja inside. And so thank you very much. Thank you very much for thinking that this is important. You may please take your seats. Thank you so much. Right. So let's first talk about suicide. I had hoped to do two things, to tackle two items which are critical in our age group. I'd hoped to have an opportunity to talk about suicide and money, and I had hoped to talk about relationship because also that has been fought in this age group we managed to do time we'll also click on that. Now I want us to talk about suicide and say what is suicide. I want this to be coming from the top. What is suicide? Raka I want to do this presentation in something like 15 minutes, and then we do another question and answer. I want to do it quickly. So question, haraka, yeah, what is suicide? Simama, just
suicide is a horrible moment when someone is restricted their life because of the long moment or maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Suicide is when somebody decides to take their life because of long moments. Is there somebody who wants to add something there? Definition of suicide there.
So suicide is a self-inflicted injury harm with aim to take life regardless of the value with harm that was the initial intent.
Thank you. Yeah, suicide is self-inflicted. Self-inflicted. Thank you. I'm sure everyone of us will have a definition of what suicide is because we know what it is. And that is what it is. Suicide is when you take your own life. You deliberately, you know this is what you're doing, and you decide to take your own life. That is what suicide is. But suicide is not a mental disease, but it is. It's not a mental disease, but it is. Because suicide results from all these things that surround us. There's, like I'm saying, everything that surrounds us. There are all these things that surround us. But there are times when we are thinking that suicide would go to a kitchen. Not necessarily, but also, yes, it is. Because the reason why this happens is because there is some emotional disorder, there's some emotional disorientation. This person has gotten to a point and they are feeling in some sort of a cage. You know, they are feeling helpless, they are feeling hopeless. I am caged, I can't get out of this. Why? Because literally everything that can go wrong in my life is going wrong. And I can't see a way out. And so this person, because of feeling hopeless, 1, 2, caged, feels that the only way to get out of this is if I die. And so they say, I want to die. I want to die because I do not know whether you got into the story of the lady. In fact, a medical doctor, I hadn't thought about it until now, that in fact, she was a medical doctor. This medical doctor was in Mata, you know Mata in Mata Hospital. She's doing well, she even has a car. But for some reason, we never got to know the details of this. But, and she was with the rest of the members of staff in the morning, and she has been in the wards and she's been doing her stuff. But when people were going home, she was found in her car. There was a note, and the note said, I fear life more than I fear death. I fear life more than I fear death. She said, the things that I'm seeing in this side of life, my goodness, me sioni nikitoboa. Sioni nikitoboa, me, I think death is better. And so what she did, because she's in medicine like you guys, she knows which one will kill her slowly, so she went. Sijui kama alijidunga ama alifanya nini, akaenda akalala kwa gari, and she was found in the car. What is the message? I fear life more than I fear death. So I'm trying to face death than have to live. This is what gets people to suicide. You're feeling caged. I can't get out of this. And there are so many reasons. You know, there are so many reasons, like I'm saying, a relationship that is not working. A relationship that is not working. And I get to wonder, is there the one boy in this whole world? Wanaume 12 kama disciples of Jesus Christ. Would you have to commit suicide because this guy has said, I don't think it's working? Do you really have to? Is there the one God? This word, I can't write word. At half sleep. Oh, the girl will be asleep. They sleep, they keep going. Maseno University, we put out a girl, put a girl in the schools. These are Maseno girls. So do you have to commit suicide? But it's this person who feels this is the end. You know, this person is my life. So without this person, I don't have a life, I want to die. Oh, the exams have not been working. Something has been happening. Like, I didn't quite get the full story of our brother here. But sometimes you get to the university and you find, hey, it is not what I thought. It has been boom here and it's not working, and you have this supplementary exam. Next time you create a special exam, and you find things are not working. And there are people who would thought that suicide is the best thing because they're wondering, how will I explain to Mzai that I'm not graduating? Everybody else who we went with are graduating, you know, and so you get out of here is wasilione siku ya graduation mimi nitakuwa wameshanifanyia ceremony yao ya mwisho, so sitakuwa, and we are thinking that is the solution now. I had a spray when we were beginning, so I don't think I feel as speaking this, because it is extremely critical for us to know that all the things that surround us, there's a lot more than you see. All that you see is not all there is. You know, what you see is not all there is. And so you need to understand, you need to appreciate that there is a God in heaven. You know, I am bringing in this one of the most critical ways to deal with the issues that we shall have here, because we shall have, is to know that I am here. There is a God who created me, He's in heaven, and they have a plan for me. It is important to appreciate that a fail today doesn't necessarily mean that it is a fail forever. I can fail today, but tomorrow I can be a success. So what if I'm not graduating next year? Sure, graduating 2026 is when I was supposed to graduate, or 2027. So what? Are their children in grade 9 and they will still graduate? Because next year graduation you are wishing. Are there students in grade 10 and they will still graduate? So you are grade 9. Now what do you want to graduate? So someone away because they are not graduating next year and everybody else is graduating. Who told you everybody else is graduating next year? None of everybody is graduating next year. And there are people who are not graduating next year. In fact, the majority. You know, but then the devil speaks to you and tells you we have to how to graduate next year. Everybody else is graduating next year, and all the thing to do is find a way to get out of here. And so I was bringing the point that suicide is coming to this person who is caged. It is all for me, and I need to get out of this life. That then is suicide. And I want to go on to what are the signs. You know, what are the signs? How do we begin to know that we want to realize a person suicide? I want to go to that. Because what we want to do here, when we do this kind of a meeting, what we want to do here is to make you an ambassador, to help us fight the scourge. Yeah, I want you to help us fight the scourge. Because I'm all the way in Nairobi. I will not know what is happening in the campus here in Sydney. I will not know what is happening here. I will not know what is happening across in Maseno, the university. You can hear me. Is there a problem in the voice? No, everything is okay? Very good. Please keep giving me feedback. I do not want to find that I was talking to myself. But the point I wanted to bring is suicide can only be fought by a very big army. A very big army. So you need to be here in Maseno fighting it. Because it is about your roommate, you know, and it is to see, you, Jama, something is a matter. And this person who is thinking about suicide will not go to Kameme or and announce that I will commit suicide so that people in Nairobi can know. No, this person will be here in Maseno. In fact, it is possible that people across in the main campus they will not get to know. So it is you here in Zimbabwe, or if you come with people. It is you there in that hostel who will get to know these things. In fact, perhaps not even the hostel, perhaps only the roommate who will get to know. Or here you don't have a mate, maybe a classmate who will get to know, you normally sit together. So we are recruiting. The idea is that you feel recruited to help fight the scourge for suicide. Do you know that statistics have that the second largest cause of death in colleges and universities is suicide? That is statistics. You know, when we come from the natural, before we go to accidents and other things, the second largest cause of death in colleges is suicide and homicide. Because you guys get together, you create a relationship, it is not working, you decide, I will kill myself and I will kill her. You know, it is a big problem in colleges and universities. I want to move into what are the signs. The first thing is hopelessness. You have hope. You that without hope, faith has no work. The reason why faith is important is because there is some hope. There is some place I want to get. I am here standing and I want to get across there. I want to get there. There is that hope. Now, because I want to get there, now I need a vehicle called faith to get me there. So faith is a vehicle to get me to my hope. So without hope, faith has no value. Faith has no work because we think we are kufanya nini. The reason why faith is important is because I am sick and I want to get there. Come on. Yes. The reason why faith is important is because I am in first year and I'm believing I'll graduate by the 7th year. We are graduating in 7 years. I'm graduating in 4 years. The reason why faith has worked is because I want to graduate by the 4th year. The reason why faith has worked is because I want to get A's. I want to be scoring A's. So this is what I want to get. And so because I want to get the vehicle to take me to my grades is faith. So hopelessness. The minute you are not looking forward to anything, if you get to a point and there's nothing you're looking forward to, now that is bad for life. That is bad for life. You need to be looking forward to something. What is your plan for today? What is your plan for this week? What is your plan for the month? Do you have a plan for this week? What is your plan? You need to have a plan. I got into Maseno in 2024 and I am supposed to graduate in 2028. That is my plan. And I want to graduate, I want to get first class honors. And I want to, that's in 2024. I am thinking, before I move on to work, before I get married, I want to do my second degree. So 2025 and 2026, I will be masters. I have a plan. And because you want to go to second degree, then you must work hard because you know that you don't go to second degree and you've got to be here. So it makes you work, positive for you because you have to prove your grades. So you have a plan. And you're saying after that, then I'll look for a job and then I'm getting married by age 27. For example, I'm getting married by 26. I have a plan. I like the idea of a family. I want to get married. And after I get married, and I'm thinking 2 children, you have a plan. There's something you're looking forward to. Without that, you begin to lose energy because you are hopeless. So the first problem is hopelessness. You begin to see something you have no hope. You're not looking forward to anything, you're not planning anything. Now, those are telltale signs. You need to make friends with them. You need to find out is there something that is affecting them. Rage, uncontrolled anger, and seeking revenge. Suddenly somebody has become full of rage. Rage. Yeah? Uncontrolled anger. He's just uncontrolled in his anger. He's looking to revenge. Now, that is a telltale sign there's something wrong with this person. A can lead to hopelessness and even to suicide. Rage. I know I say rage, but I meant rage. Rage, okay? Rage, R-A-G-E, rage, okay? And my daughter's here, wow, someone has issue there. This is one rage. So R-L, I don't know if you see, R-L-L-E, rage is easy. Dog, because my teacher taught me English in Kikuyu. I don't know whether there are people here who are taught English in Kikuyu. What do you listen to? You're being taught. And we are being taught English and we are being taught in Kikuyu. I am looking at signs and symptoms. And the third one I want to give is acting reckless or engaging in risky activities. Have you seen somebody who is just reckless? Just reckless, doesn't care. Deliberately engages in risky activities. just I want to try it. You know? I don't know how many years ago a gentleman had suicidal tendencies, and we got to know, and we tried to handle as much as we could, but somehow we lost the battle. But you know what he did? He took the uncle's car and he tried it. He tried it on. I don't know whether you've been to Nairobi. There's a Thika Road. Pangani somewhere there. There's another axe. So he tried it on one of the pillars and he came speeding and hit it so hard. And of course it is reckless and engaging in risky activities. Somebody is deliberately doing this because they feel like they want to hurt themselves. You know, there's something in them, the emotions are looking to hurt them. I don't know whether you felt like inside of you there's something that wants to hurt you, and you're happy to hurt yourself. We have a friend of ours, and we've not understood that till now, because the daughter was found with cuts, both hands, with cuts, and she's in tears, but she's asked by the mother, why did you cut yourself? No, I just wanted to cut myself. And she's cut all over, both hands are bleeding, big wounds. She's cut herself. And sometimes the inner self wants to hurt. Once you feel you want to hurt yourself, be careful. Be careful. Look for help early, because you could be a victim of a suicidal tendency and thought. That is it. Feeling trapped, let's talk about it. You feel trapped. I can't tell you here. You feel trapped, you can't tell you here. Be careful. Begin to seek help. Begin to engage with friends. Begin to engage with people around you. Do not feel trapped. You suddenly see people who are not abusing drugs, suddenly becoming alcohol abusers and drug abusers. That is a telltale sign. One of the greatest causes of suicide is people who are abusing drugs, who are engaged in alcohol abuse, drug abuse. Those ones have very high tendency of suicidal thought. Very high tendency. Because what these drugs are doing to you, they're making you irrational and thinking, I can even die, and you're taking it as a joke. But so alcohol abuse, drug abuse, that is a bad sign. I don't know whether you suddenly realize somebody is withdrawing from friends. Suddenly somebody is just withdrawing. They want to be themselves, they want to be alone, they don't want to be with anybody. They withdraw from family, they withdraw from friends. That is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. When you begin to feel that I want to be alone, be very, very careful. Be very careful. Consider that thought again. It cannot be possible that all friends are bad, the whole family is bad. No, be very careful. That is the devil looking to kukula pole kama kima moto, kukula pole. Shaitan. Because if you watch documentaries, and you've seen, did you say it's called the Geographical? What is it called? National Geographic. I once saw a documentary in National Geographic, and the zebras this time decided that the lion, we are not going to be dinner. They refused. When they're together, you can't. I didn't know that the zebra fights like a donkey. You know how the donkey fights. The donkey fights with the rear legs, you know. So what the zebras are doing is they will hold themselves with the front legs and they will throw a very serious kick on the lion. So the zebra is doing it, throwing kicks, pam, on the lion. So again, this other zebra does it and they fought. And the lion decided to panic, go to run away from this and stay here. And so the point is, there is safety in lions. It is good to retain family, retain relationships, retain a few friends, retain. It's very important. Find yourself a group. Such a group as this, be available for the group. If there's a Christian available, there's a fellowship be available. Go for prayers, go for fellowships, be together. Find comfort in praying with people. If you find somebody suddenly is secluding with themselves, please make friends with them. Make friends with them deliberately. Now, make it your business to look for them. Make it your business to look for them and take them out for coffee. Engage them, because you don't know what's going inside of them. And you do not know, you do not want tomorrow to scare you or you get happen or news, you feel very bad and you have an opportunity, to get across to them and help them. That's withdrawing from friends. Anxiety and agitation. I don't know what you know what anxiety is. Anxiety is getting scared of tomorrow so much. Scared of tomorrow so much, and you're thinking, you can hardly breathe. You're scared of what is going to happen tomorrow. The graduation is coming. My parents, the whole village knows I should be graduating, and you're scared, and you can't think of a solution for it. That's anxiety. That's anxiety. There are things tomorrow that I need to say, okay, yes. I got a net there, I have 3 years, I need to go and, so the solution, what is the solution? The solution is I need to go and tell my parents, I'm not graduating today, I have these 3 years, I will see for them next semester, so now you're finding a solution. But we are just in fear. Fear is just being, you go to sleep, this is the thing that builds you. Anxiety is thinking, my goodness, what if I'm pregnant? Or you're already pregnant and you're thinking, Jesus Christ. That is anxiety. And it's very dangerous. Because what will happen eventually is that you'll be engaged. And I can't get into this. I can't get into this. I can't get into this. You are leading yourself to suicidal thoughts. Anxiety is a bad disease. Don't allow yourself to get anxious. When you feel that way, sit down with a piece of paper and piece of wine and a pen and say, this is a position, put it down, this is a position. And then the first thing you want to do, first thing is to say, what is the worst that can possibly happen? My parents will find it. Okay. You breathe, okay. So accept the fact that the worst that can happen. The first thing you need to do, if there's something that is scaring you so bad, is accept the worst. Say to yourself, the worst that can possibly happen is what? Can I be shot? Is there somebody with a gun who can shoot me because I failed that exam? Or can I be taken to Kamete and in prison? What is the worst that can happen? Seek for a supplementary. Yeah. So you have started dealing with it. It can't kill you now because you have started dealing with it. So anxiety, do not let anxiety build inside of you. Sleep is what you started here. You are asleep. There's a problem. All your friends are asleep. There's a problem. Oh, you're sleeping too much. It can be either way. Either you can't sleep or you're sleeping too much. There's a problem. That's not the problem. Why are you sleeping? Or why are you also sleeping? Find somebody, it's 11 What God our is righteous? We'll be back. We'll be back because we'll find and there's always an excuse. You jana tulichelewa wapi? There's always an excuse. You jana nilisoma sana, but there's excuses. There's a problem. So I am speaking this way so that you also can recognize yourself and say to yourself, Asha, I need to change. There's a problem. You deal with yourself. Because by the way, the best person to deal with